Yo, what's going on, guys? Matthew B. Haynes here, aka the Clock Master. I'm here with my wife,
Shannon, aka Cosmic Fake.
We are here to check out episode 2 for the live action version of
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
If you guys are new here, please check out our previous episode reaction and check out the full reactions on Patreon. Link is down below. I don't want to keep doing the whole thing or whatever like that. We both have experience in this show. I've seen further, but I haven't watched since I was a kid, so it's been a long time. Things are here and there. My memory is fuzzy. Is what it is. We're here to watch this. You got the lowdown. Let's just get right into this. If you want to hear most of our thoughts about the first episode, just go ahead and check out the last reaction. All of our thoughts are there. I don't want to keep making the video about this, recapping everything in the previous one.
Just go watch it.
Yeah, but so far everything looks pretty okay. It looks pretty good. Loving the airbending, loving how the bending in general just looks. So yeah, but is there anything else you want to add? You just want to go straight into this reaction?
Let's get it.
Let's do it. We'll talk about it later as we normally do. Let's get into it now.
But your unceasing effort is what led you to the Avatar.
He ran!
Okay, that needs to be a meme. He ran.
Advantage. How many places can there be for an Avatar to hide?
Quite a few, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Quite a few.
I don't know about you, but I can't go back.
But you also literally cannot go back.
Yeah, I mean, they were saying they could go back, but he could just do what he got to do.
But I mean, like, Zuko saw his face.
Yeah.
Well, their faces, I should say.
We know who this is.
Mm-hmm. So cute.
That is who you have always been and always will be. Never forget that.
Yes, don't come home.
Yes.
Don't call me. Don't come by my house. We're done.
Goodbye, Gyatso. I'm sorry.
He's trying to be strong.
Yeah.
I do hope we see him loosen up some more.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want. Aang,
yeah.
Aang is a silly head.
Yeah, he's real goofy.
He's goofy. I need to see some more goofballery.
Yeah.
Like, he gets serious, but, there's time and place for it,
Yeah.
Very pretty. Very, they know how to use scale properly. I'll give them that. And almost every shot is a poster shot.
Yeah.
Vitality.
Vitality!
What are we doing here, Uncle?
Eating. Obviously.
You need to have sticky rice.
Uncle, there's no
It's just so confused.
He's the Avatar! Ridiculous. There would have been signs if he was the Avatar.
I'm an airbender.
I think that might be a sign.
I'd say so. Yeah.
Safe from the ravages of war by keeping to ourselves. We
Oh,
expect
Yeah.
the outside world to do
the
the
Karate
same.
Kid.
We're not here to cause any trouble.
I forgot her name, but yeah.
I'm the guardian of my village too, so.
You.
Yep.
A guardian. You're protecting your people if you're here.
Yeah.
An honor to welcome actual royalty to our humble base. What can I do for the Crown Prince?
As I was
The
saying,
dude,
I need...
Excuse
the dude from X-Men.
Mm.
I think he the Scorpion dude.
Squids.
They're migrating this time of year. Oh, they're delicious, grilled with a touch of lemon.
You couldn't think of something better than that?
Commander Zhao, at your service.
Yeah, he's not gonna buy that. Oh. Okay.
Okay.
Knowing you'll have to save the world. But avoiding practice doesn't mean you'll avoid the responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Target practice.
So I want to see. I want to see some laughs and smiling.
Yeah, some silliness.
Some silliness.
Oh, good, man.
Yeah. Haven't had breakfast, so I'll go on.
To get through to people like he did last night. That's his real power.
Yeah, I was waiting to see it.
Avoided a lot of things by living the way we do.
Bro,
Be
she's
that as it
simping
may,
hard.
We've stayed safe.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. He thinks he's found the Avatar. According to his crew. They claim to have discovered him at a small water tribe's village.
Of course they're gonna say something.
Oh. Seriously?
Stalker
Belle,
energy.
think about it.
Belle, think about it.
Well,
Wow.
Get back to that striking, dummy.
That was pretty good. Us Southern Water Tribe warriors are known more for our hand-to-hand fighting anyway.
alright, scrap up then. You're the one that initiated this, bro.
She's just trying to impress you. That's just her probably. It's probably just her way of trying to impress him.
Yeah.
Like, look what I can do. You like?
But I did have to train. Not to develop my powers, but to keep them under control.
Dang.
Ouch.
Damn.
They're inside you.
The teen angst off of Zuko is always so strong.
Yep. Yeah, let's train this outsider in our ways. Because my mom would be very happy about that.
That's a great idea. I'm with that.
Bruh. Bruh. Asking you shall receive, I guess.
Good. Reach you.
There's a lot you don't know.
Yeah, like how the Fire Nation is on their way.
Sometimes hope can be a cruel thing.
That is a fact.
Yeah.
Thanks, you're a great teacher.
And
I
you're
got
an
words to
excellent
say
student.
about this.
I mean, I have a lot to say. Yeah, I'm just kind of keeping quiet.
You're not even a bender, and you're the fiercest fighter I've ever met.
Not being a bender means we have to be even better.
We just talk about how perfectly it wiped off. So that's not realistic
I
either.
want to know what makeup wipe she uses.
Right.
The truth is, I envy you.
There's certain things that's kind of thinking me off about this, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about it after.
Yeah.
I definitely have things to say about this.
The bell.
You hear it too?
We have to go.
Why? What's happening?
Oh,
It's
this
the
is wild.
alarm. Someone's coming.
Actually.
Hmm?
No, I said this is wild. Like, there's a lot of things in here that's actually kind of making me a little angry, not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm. Bro, I was not sitting outside. I was going to my house with my kid. See, and that's why you can't go back to your village.
Literally.
Run away from your responsibilities again, and even more will be hurt. Being
I mean,
the
yeah.
Avatar.
I was like, what the hell?
Going off in these fight sequences.
Right. I mean, power moves, but...
Right. Like, you dare block me?
Danger you've put them in right now.
My friends.
Wake up.
I warned you. No one.
I mean, he did.
Impossible.
I don't know if this is a thing, but it's okay.
What?
Okay, I'm gonna say that's not a thing then. I mean, when she said I'm gonna show you, I thought she was gonna like thing with Aang, but alright.
I'm gonna need to confirm something because I do not remember this ever happening like this, especially so early. The avatars can work through them. That has happened, but
I was just expecting.
I don't remember that happening like this, or even in this way, or even now. I could. Okay. Unless this happened and I'm just really like forgetting something.
Thank you, Sokka,
You're doing this way too fast.
for bringing the world to me.
They're doing this way too fast. Bro, they're doing this way too fast. I'm angry.
Why are we going so fast? Yeah, what?
They're cutting out so much like
Okay, so
development.
my suspicions are correct then.
Like they're cutting out. I'm actually kind of angry because like
You know, Emma's almost done. We'll talk
I'm
about
kind of angry now a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of have a little headache because of this. I'm really actually not gonna lie to you.
Flying ball of fur. What more do you need?
Two
Really?
flying balls of fur.
I feel like I walked into that one.
I want to enjoy. There's things about this that I'm enjoying, but there's fundamental things that are actually like pissing me off.
Of course, Commander.
But you must now be sentenced to
Don't tell
death.
anyone. To your supreme eminence, the great flame of the world.
He said I know where to place my loyalties.
But rest assured, I have witnessed these events with my very eyes.
I mean, they probably really should have just
That is
killed
why I
him.
can reply has returned.
Man, I'm excited to see him as Ozai. All right, guys. So by the time you're seeing this part of the video, if you make it to the discussion section, well, I'm not wearing it. I wear black all the time, so it doesn't matter. But no, we're recording this a different day. And I want to explain something. So you can see our reaction in that episode. We decided to still put it up. But there was a lot of confusion between the two of us, and also just me, like what they're trying to do with the episode. And we ended up doing a whole rant about different things going through the original series and everything like that. And some of what I said in the rant wasn't true, or didn't necessarily apply to what was actually happening. So what we decided to do since then was to go and watch all of book 1 between when we watched episode 2 and episode 3. And so yeah, book 1 is still fresh in our head, and the beginning of book 2 is still fresh in our head. And now we're gonna chat a little bit about how we actually felt about episode 2. So couple of things that I will, because a lot of the confusion surrounded Kyoshi showing up in the village through Aang and using all of the elements at once to demonstrate the power of the Avatar. I ended up ranting about the fact that it never happened in the episode, but completely forgot to mention that avatars, they have taken over Aang's body before and used his body in case with, spoilers for the series, but, Avatar Roku for the first time when they went to the temple, him taking over Aang's body and literally using his firebending to help get them out of the temple. And General Zhao and Zuko and Uncle Iroh and Sokka and Katara all saw an avatar possess Aang. So after watching that, I kind of came to the conclusion that maybe we haven't gotten far yet, but like maybe they're not going to do the whole fire temple thing in the live action, and they decided to show the viewers who never seen the series that, hey, the Avatar, just to kind of show the viewers what the Avatar is capable of doing.
Yeah.
you know, so I decided to take that part of the rant because I'm like, okay, maybe that's why they did it, because I was upset about it at first. It didn't make sense to me. And then after watching the episode and seeing the Avatar Roku came, I'm like, okay, maybe that's what they were trying to do. So there is one thing that I do stand by. So enough of me chatting. Now let Shan speak her thoughts.
Yeah, outside of that, because like before we went back and watched like book one, like in its entirety, like I didn't really know too much about that anyway, so I didn't like have too much to comment about. But my main issue with the episode was how quickly they were developing Suki and Sokka's relationship, and it just felt very off to me. And like some of the dialogue was just kind of weird, like it misplaced almost for me. But and even going back and watching like how they did develop it in at least, you know, book one, because there wasn't a whole lot that they did, at least not comparatively to the live action. It was very different. And like I still stand by the fact that I felt it was kind of weird and like rushed. I think they were trying to get to the point of their relationship too quickly. And I wasn't a big fan of that aspect of it. And like I still stand by the fact that the dialogue was still a little weird. Writing was a little weird this episode. And excuse me, something just felt a little off about it, like as a whole. And I won't comment too much about the whole Kyoshi thing, because again, like what Matthew said, like it's probably them just trying to show what the Avatar can do. And if they do the other stuff with Master Roku,
with Avatar Roku,
Avatar Roku. I'm still trying to collect myself here. Don't mind that. But what they were doing, if they still do what they were going to do with Avatar Roku, I'm still like kind of up and down with how I'll feel about that.
Yeah, I'd be confused because I'd be like, what's the point?
Yeah, because at the point that we're at in the series, like the
live action.
Well, no.
Or you're talking about the anime. The anime. Oh, okay.
Yeah. In our rewatch. Yeah. By the time we're in like episode 2 of book 2, that has not happened.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it does happen. I haven't really seen it.
Yeah, so. and I'll say this because I told you off camera, but like Kyoshi does possess Aang's body to speak through him later on. At a specific situation which I will not touch on because we're actively watching the animated series right now. But she does possess his body, not to fight necessarily, but to, at least from what I remember and what I saw recently, didn't possess his body to fight, but to talk through him in her form. So Aang transformed into Avatar Kyoshi, and that's when we saw that. So I feel like maybe after watching all that and coming back to the live action, I feel like maybe they were trying to take bits and pieces, because the meeting that he has with Kyoshi, Avatar Kyoshi, even like they do in the series, in this series here, that doesn't happen till later, where he actually speaks to Avatar Kyoshi.
Yeah, because that
happens later.
The whole thing in like the anime was like he fought Zuko on his own. Like Zhao wasn't even there. Like, you know, that was like a completely different thing, which I don't necessarily have an issue.
Yeah, that could be whatever.
We knew it was going to be an adaptation.
Yeah.
Like, my thing so far has been like, I don't want them to just make Aang look like, you know, just some helpless little kid that can't do anything.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't really been doing too much in terms of like airbending.
Yeah, he's been doing a little bit here and there, and it's only episode 2, but
that's what I'm saying. Not as much as he was doing in like the anime.
Yeah,
so
and granted,
this point.
Yeah, and granted, they had 20 episodes, so we are taking that into account.
Well, I'm just looking at to the point of the story.
No, I know.
Yeah,
I'm just saying,
I'm just putting it out for a comparison's sake.
Yeah, they took their time more in the series, and we are taking that into consideration.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like for me personally as well, the whole Suki thing with Sokka, I just didn't like it because they made Suki look super thirsty. And without spoiling too much, her and Sokka's relationship was a gradual growing one that happened more naturally from what I remember growing up seeing.
Yeah.
It happened more naturally in the original series. And it was something that, because if you spoilers, but if you guys probably already seen the live action and animated series already, so I'm just gonna say this anyway. It's not really a spoiler. Like with Princess Yue, Sokka needed to experience that because everything that happened with him and Suki at the beginning, like him having having some type of feelings for her, or realizing that like she's an attractive person, and Suki giving him a kiss on the cheek, and then it's just saying, hey, I'm a warrior, but I'm still a girl too, I still have feelings. That was kind of important for his character development, and that made him realize that, ooh, I'm actually a desirable person, maybe. Like that made me feel kind of woozy. I like that. And then his first time putting himself out there to somebody was with Princess Yue. And that was when he was like, yo, I'm about to risk it all. Like, yo, you are of marrying age? Bet. I'm ready. Let's do it. So Suki wasn't even really a thought for him at that point. It was just like, all right.
She was a stepping stone.
She was a stepping stone.
Than,
yeah.
The end goal in that moment.
Yeah, exactly. So the whole thing, I don't know how they're going to handle the Princess Yue thing. We'll have to wait to see how they do that.
Probably quite a few episodes from now.
Yeah.
Towards the end.
We'll see how they handle that. I don't want to comment too much on that. We'll see how they handle it. But the point is that like, him full on kissing Suki in that episode felt weird to me.
Yeah.
I don't know why they decided to show it so early, but I really don't know.
Situation just felt like they were really trying to rush it to show you what the end goal is going to
what it's going to be. Yeah.
And personally, I just really didn't like it because it felt like very forced.
It felt forced. Yeah, it didn't feel natural.
Yeah, and even just seeing how Suki is in the anime, because like again, I have not really I've seen the character, but I have not seen like the relationship. Like I know they end up together, I know that fact, but I didn't see the development of how it happened. But even so, before we went back and rewatched it, everything just felt kind of weird, and like just like they were just trying to rush it too quickly and like force them together in a weird way. And it was like she was just like real thirsting after him.
I didn't like that.
It just felt kind of weird. Like it didn't feel like that would, be within the character.
And like I can maybe understand that the writers were trying to demonstrate to the viewers who may not have watched the animated series that, hey, this girl is kind of breaking her form.
Yeah.
To, for this guy. She's kind of like, she's a hardened warrior, and she is seeing a guy that is around her age for the first time, that's she's attracted to, and she don't know how to act.
Yeah, I understand.
I feel like they could have done that in a different way, though.
Yeah, just some like side glances.
Yeah, like the glances.
Like even the training sequence, I didn't have too much of an issue with.
Yeah.
Like how it went about, because she was still kind of like doing like the teasy flirts.
Yeah.
And, all that kind of stuff.
And the anime was just more, and I feel like, again, I said this before, taking out Sokka being sexist is a major blow, because that ever since he got humbled, his perspective on women, his perspective on life changed.
Yeah.
And it made his character better because he realized that, no, I shouldn't be viewing women this way. Yeah. I shouldn't be calling ladies capable girls. Maybe I should respect my sister more as she's doing things. And as he sees, as the series goes on, he starts to gain more respect for his sister too.
Yeah.
So it's like, that is very important for Sokka.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like that just kind of kills the character development for him.
Yeah,
personally,
I feel like there's not really any development to be had.
Yeah, like what are they going to use as his thing that needs to be changed?
Yeah,
like for Katara, it's her believing in herself, and standing up for herself and for what she believes in. Katara has always been the person to stand up for what she believes in. She doesn't take L's like that. The minute somebody says something to her that she doesn't agree with, she will open her mouth.
Yeah.
And she will speak her mind. That's Katara. That's her thing. Aang is like, he's struggling between being a kid and having literally the responsibility of 1,000 past avatars in his body and having to save the world in such a short period of time. And he's struck that his struggle is that, like, I basically fell asleep one day. I just woke up the next day and 100 years passed. Yeah. I'm still a kid. I want to have fun, but I'm the avatar and I have to deal with that and I have to mature. That's Aang's struggle.
Yeah.
So what are they going to give Sokka is what I want to know.
Yeah.
Because his struggle at the beginning was, you know, trying to be more than what he was.
Mhm.
He wasn't humble. He had no humility. He was very cocky. He was trying to be like, oh, I'm, you know, like I've been saying the tribal chief joke, but it's true. Like, I'm the tribal chief now because my dad isn't here.
Yeah.
So I have to step up. And him being like, you know, a sexist to an extent was a big part of that.
And
like,
even
because
so,
it was
like,
part of their culture to an extent too, to not respect women that way.
that entire situation, like with him getting humbled and like, you know, seeing things differently happens so early in the show.
Yeah.
That is literally like episode 3.
Yeah,
in
3
the
or
anime.
4 in the anime, yeah.
And they covered it in like the second episode here. So I mean, they easily could have done that, you know, even if they didn't want to go the whole like sexism route, because obviously, like, we don't support sexism.
No, we don't.
But
Hell no.
it is an important theme for him to have because it helps to develop him as a character.
Yeah.
And it's like, what is going to be the turning factor for him to start respecting Katara more and, you know, seeing the world differently, seeing, you know, the capabilities of people differently.
Because, like, to add on to that, like, I was saying last night when we were talking off camera, that, like, what I liked about the series is that actions spoke louder than words.
Mm-hmm.
There's plenty of times that women showed up in the series that were very capable, very strong, stronger than half the men. Like, we're not going to touch too much on Azula, but look at Princess Azula.
Mm-hmm.
She don't got to say, hey, I'm a woman or something like that, treat me with respect. No, she commanded respect and she earned her respect through her actions.
Yeah.
The same way everybody else does. And I feel like there is a time and a place for certain things to need to be addressed. And Avatar: The Last Airbender did a very good job of showing equality with action. It's like, and it was very evident that it was a problem because even towards the end, like, you know, Katara was dealing with the fact that, like, yo, why are you trying to treat me like I'm some little girl or I can't fight?
It's like, why do I have to be set in a specific role?
Exactly.
Just because
I'm a girl.
My gender.
Exactly. He's like, oh, so because I'm a girl, I can only heal you. I can only do this. I can only do that. No, freak that. If I want to fight, I'm a fight. And you can't tell me nothing.
And again,
and that was her attitude.
Again, that was also important for Sokka's character.
Yeah.
Because at that point, he was like, yeah, you should be able to do what other people can.
Exactly. But before, he never had that.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's what I'm trying to say. Like I said, I don't support that sexism nonsense. That's not about me. I don't judge people on their gender, whatever, but it can be used in a narrative sense to prove a point.
Yeah.
And plus, it makes sense of the time period, too. This is like an ancient time where modern technology is not a thing.
Yeah.
So there's going to be lots of people who, I mean, this is a reality. There's going to be a lot of people who sleep on people of color, sleep on people of different genders, sleep on people with disabilities. Like, even Avatar: The Last Airbender is the most progressive show, I think, because there's even one episode where there's literally a guy in a wheelchair, who's out here, who's highlighted for a very specific episode, who's out here doing all kinds of crazy cool stuff.
Yeah.
So they're showing you that, like, look, no matter what you look like, no matter what gender you are, no matter what disabilities you may or may not have, you can accomplish your goals and you can do what you want and be happy.
Yeah.
That's what the show literally shows us.
Yeah.
So for them taking it out feels weird to me because the show in itself,
it just feels like
tells you that you can be whoever you want to be.
Yeah, it just feels like they're not going to really focus too much on Sokka and his development because, like, what is there to develop if he's already the way he is?
Yeah.
You know?
And we'll see what happens, man. We'll just probably wrap it up here.
Yeah.
Because this is only episode 2, but we just wanted to kind of share, like, reshare our thoughts in a more calmer manner.
Yeah.
About how we felt about episode 2. Because trust me, guys, a rant was
it was a rant.
It was a rant.
Yeah.
I was yelling. I lost my voice for the whole day. It was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not even going to show that to you guys. That's not how I want to do things on this channel. So,
but we got the main points, you know, the whole Sokka and Suki thing.
Yeah.
You know, just our general thoughts about the episode and, you know, where the story could be going with this now.
Yeah, and we'll see what they do.
Yeah.
We'll watch it till the end, and then we'll know how we feel. So let's see what happens. We'll try to enjoy it. Like, we're not trying to say that everything's bad, guys, because they have been doing. Episode 1, I felt, was a pretty good adaptation of the intro of the story.
Yeah, and again, we know this is an adaptation.
Yes.
And not everything is going to be one-to-one.
Yes.
However, the point that we are making is that we feel like certain things should be respected.
Yeah, and kept in.
And are important
to the story.
The story, the characters, etc.
Yeah, that's really all it is. We're not saying that they can't change anything.
Yeah.
We're not saying that they're not allowed to change anything.
Yeah. Change is fine.
Change is fine, yeah.
Certain aspects and
need to be kept in.
Certain things need to be kept in.
Because I think is vital for the overall story need to be kept in. So anyways, that's it for this one, guys. We'll go on to episode 3 and yeah, we'll see how we feel for the rest of the series. Maybe they change some things. Maybe that's just the only gripes we have and everything else is smooth sailing. Well, I don't know. We'll see. We know that the original creators left, so that's always a big question mark for me.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a concern too.
That was a bit of a concern too, because like, okay, the original creators left. Is this why?
Yeah.
So we'll have to see. Anyways, that's it, guys. Anything else you want to add or?
No, that's it.
All right, that's it. We'll see you guys in the next one in episode 3. Thank you so much for watching Clockmaster and
Cosmic Banks.
Out.